What's going on, guys? So basically I just made a video about spawning the scarecrows and everything, but I wasn't zoomed in enough on the code, so it's pretty much not very readable. So I'm just going to go through and explain a little bit. So pretty much this is my horde game mode that I made a long time ago. I made this a couple months ago, and basically I was just editing the stuff in here, so yeah, I'll just go through it basically. So let's see. So pretty much, yeah, right here we got beat any living enemies. This is basically to determine when to start the next wave. Time between waves should be pretty self-explanatory, but basically, I have it set to 5 seconds right now, but I'm gonna set it to probably 10, maybe, yeah, probably 10 because that'll give players time to kind of run around and adjust things. Obviously, I'm gonna have to keep playing with that about balance and everything, but yeah, so game state and player state, I run these off my C++ classes so I could use this static class. And yeah, tick, and yeah. Okay, so then at the start, we have wave count starts at 1. Prepare for the next wave. That's the first thing it gets called. In the tick, we check these two. I'll show you that later. So start wave. This I'm gonna rework, but I made this formula because I kind of liked it at the time, but looking at it now, I have a much different idea of what I'm gonna do. So, but basically, what it is if it's pretty much what I wanted it to do was every 5 rounds, it was gonna spawn a big bad. So right here, I'd be spawning the big bad. That's why you'd be spawning less enemies. So instead of, you know, 2 times the power. I forget exactly this form. I mean, not I don't forget exactly what this is, but basically this formula is it's the rate of decay. So it's just the exponential rate of decay. I know that a ton of people have made freaking horde game modes and wave game modes, but for some reason I didn't think of it, and I just went through like this whole process of trying to figure out like, oh man, how am I gonna make this formula? And pretty much, yeah, I just thought about the exponential rate of decay of diseases and viruses and stuff, and that's how I end up coming up with it. But I imagine that's how they do it. But I'm probably gonna find a better way because I don't know about this. I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't like that. And let's see. So spawn enemy timer elapsed, which will be right here. Oh, this is just basically saying, okay, so you start the wave and then we call this spawn enemy timer and spawns the enemies. So let's see. So yeah, so it'll basically just spawn the enemy. This is a blueprint implementable function, so I actually do the functionality in blueprints, not over here in the code. And then let's see. So number of enemies to spawn just keeps going down, which that again is set up here. And this is all run off of enums, by the way. So yeah, I have to keep changing these. So you'll see all these set wave states up pretty much in every single function. But yeah, so spawn enemy timer elapse. It's just gonna keep running this until there's no more enemies to spawn. Then it will end the wave. And then when we end the wave count goes up. Wait to complete. And you're clearing this timer. Timer handle enemy spawner. That's what stops them from spawning. From spawning these, yeah. And then when you prepare for the next wave, so yeah, so we have to change this again. We basically just run a timer for the start wave. So this should actually, just to make it more readable, a little easier, should actually go above start wave. Basically, the way I see it, start play, prepare for next wave, start the wave, end the wave. Well, spawn them, end the wave. And this, so check wave state, this is constantly being checked. So pretty much we check to see, is it preparing for the wave? So you check to see, is it active? If it is preparing for the wave, we don't want to do anything, so we return. If there's numbers of enemies to, if the number of enemies to spawn is more than 0, again, we return because you don't need to do anything. It's already in the wave, or you're already preparing for the next wave. So this is basically meant to check the wave state during the wave. So right here I have, let's see. So I'm running using this for loop to run through all of these, every monster on the map. So we go ahead and set that to monster. We go if monster. So we have to run through all these checks, which is kind of a pain, but that is what it is. So then we check if this is valid, the attribute. This is the attribute set that I made from before. So I turn this monster attributes just into the attributes. And then I check here, if monster attributes get health is greater than 0, then we want B enemy living enemies to be true. If not, we want it to be false. And yeah, right here. So if there's no enemies living, then we prepare for the next wave. And check any player alive. So yeah, basically if the player's dead, return, game over. I mean, if the player's alive, you return. You don't call game over, but if you run through all this and you never return, it's game over. And let's see. So yeah, restart dead players. That happens in prepare next wave. I kind of just blew past it, but yeah, we don't want people to be just dead watching the game, you know? It's kind of boring. But yeah, so then where am I at? Check enemy player alive, restart dead players, game over, you just end the wave. And right here I just have, yeah, game over, players are dead. The to-do was to finish up the match. Present game over to players. Huh. Maybe I should do this in the next video. We'll see. But yeah, so set wave state. I almost want to do this now. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing it. Let's keep this video short today. So all right, so let's see. So yeah, set wave state. Oh yeah, so pretty much this just changes the wave state. This is happening twice on the client for some reason. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that. It's calling set wave state from horde game state, not calling itself. Oh, this is from the game state. Okay, that's the other thing. I gotta look at the game state and figure out how that interacts. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So this I have not opened in months. Let's see. So on rep wave state. So you're changing the wave state. On rep display UI. Okay, this is, yeah. This is pretty much probably where I'll use, or where I'll do all my that end game functionality, I guess. Or not ending it, but I'm saying displaying the UI and whatnot. Yeah, so this is replicated, or this could be on the client, I believe it is, and this is only on the server. Pretty sure that's how it works. I have to look again. Yeah, so we'll compile this. All right, so we got a successful compile because, I mean, why wouldn't we? It was already done. All I did was delete a log. So we'll go ahead and close this because, again, I already know it works. So, okay, let's see. So pretty much they should be spawning like right over here somewhere. Let's see. I'll give it a second. The big issue is that, okay, so they're spawning. That's nice. So the big issue that I'm not liking right now is that you'll see as they spawn, they attack for some reason once they see me. So I don't want it to be like, okay, once they see me, they attack. Which is kind of confusing because if I go into this, where is it? Maybe AI. This camera's in my way of this bottom left of my screen. But yeah, so if I go into the ability system, this needs to be blown up too. What the heck? Abilities, not abilities. I want to go to the tree. There we go. Scarecrow. Let's go see the behavior tree real fast. Okay, so when the player is seen, move to the target actor. Let's put this down to like 10, I guess. And just see what that does. I don't think it'll do anything, but I don't understand why it's just blowing past this move to and just going straight to this attack. It's kind of weird. But yeah, let's see. So the other thing I want to see though is when I spawn, or when they spawn, I just want to kind of move around a little bit just to see if I'm still getting that lag. Sorry, I hope that Scarecrow's not like blasting his ears. Okay, so I'm getting that slight lag. I'm almost wondering if it's because, like, I wonder if I were to spawn like much less intense stuff. Like those scarecrows are some really really detailed characters. So I'm almost wondering if I were to not scan, or if I were to not scan the scarecrows in, and if I were to not scan, spawn the scarecrows in. So I'm trying to think and talk at the same time. It's not really working. Yeah, so okay, let's go ahead and take a look at my game modes. Because it could just be that the fact that they're just too they're too good pretty much. What do we have? I'll just spawn a bunch of weapons, I guess. Let's spawn these big swords. Oh no, BP weapon sword. That's mine. That's just a little sword. Let's see. There's definitely was some lag for sure. Alright, so it doesn't have to do with that. Which I actually like, because that means I don't have to find another character. So okay, cool. So now we know at least where we're working. Let's go ahead and change this back before I forget. That'd be tragic. And I think we're good there. So yeah. Pretty much I'm gonna have to figure out why that lag is happening still. It was happening before when I was running it off just EQS, and I changed it to just dropping them at a specific spot, and I was hoping that would fix it. But it hasn't yet, so we'll see what happens. Going forward, I'm gonna have to try and figure that out. But yeah, so I think we're good there. I'm gonna call it. Keep this video short. And if you guys like this, like and subscribe, please. And I love you guys. Bye.